Alright, so the title of this video is just gonna be called like live your life, right? So right now I'm in the car. I just left the gym. As I'm walking out the gym, I just realized like, how big this world is. And I learned, just by realizing shit that don't like never subject yourself, to one experience. Don't never subject yourself to one circumstance. Like if you going through a hard time or dealing like with some hard shit emotionally, put that shit like to the side and realize like it's a whole world out here and a whole life to experience. And always recognize that you could experience like the life you want to live in real life, but all you gotta do is put that work into it. Like, but no bullshit. Right now, I'm out here. I just left the gym. Shit, I'm just in the car. I just had a little epiphany, so I thought I'd just pick the camera up and record and just, put my thoughts on the camera pretty much. But yeah, live your life and don't never subject yourself to one situation or, one individual. Cause I'm gonna get a little deep on this topic. I'm dealing with some shit when it comes to like females and relationships and shit. And it got to a point where I'm deep in this situation, right? Hold on, my lip glossy as a bitch. But look, I'm dealing with a female. I'm in this situation, and it get to a point I get so attached, right? And something basically happened to the point where that shit just is no more. You know what I mean? Then this person don't speak anymore. You get what I'm saying? And that shit fucked with me emotionally. I probably shouldn't be cussing so much on YouTube, but it messed with me so much emotionally. It put me in a fucked up mood, a bad emotion. But I was able to realize, like, not to subject myself. Let me turn this down. Not to subject myself to one experience or to one person. There's, a lot of people out here that you can experience life with, or you can even experience life by yourself. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing this shit by myself, and that's why for me it's kind of been hard emotionally, but at the same time I became, way more in tune with myself. I became, my discernment is like on 10 right now, through the roof, to the point where I can see through people so cold. And that's just something I'm grateful for. Like on some real spill, you get what I'm saying? But right now it's just, I'm out here living and shit. I'm in good spirits right now. I'm in a good mood. I had an epiphany though, so I thought I'd just pick the camera up. But yeah, if you watching this shit, or this video came on your timeline, whatever, you watching this shit, just sit back and listen. Just, sit back and watch, observe, and don't never let nothing allow you, don't ever allow anything to hold you down. Find something to do. Get up and go do something. I just came out the gym. I walked in that gym with so much stress on my back, but you know what I mean? I worked that shit out. You know what I mean? Literally, hopped on the treadmill, ran, I lift some weights, worked on my legs, whatever. And I got rid of all that stress. So don't ever just sit in one spot and be depressed and be stressed. Get outside, go, you know what I mean? Go see something new. Go experience something different, even if you is by yourself. It do hurt to be by yourself, but you gotta learn. You gotta learn to love yourself and to be with yourself. And you get what I'm saying? And don't never, you know what I mean, believe you always gonna be alone, because that's something I've been dealing with. I believe I was in a point I was believing I was gonna be alone for the rest of my life, like no bullshit. But I recognize anything I want, I can have it. You get what I'm saying? All I gotta do is work towards it. And that's another thing. Anything you want to obtain, the life you want to live, all you have to do is put that work in, work towards it. Because can't nobody stop you. And can't nobody tell you you can't. Only you can. You get what I'm saying? You gotta put that work in. Make sure you get up every day and do what you need to do. Do what you want to do to get to where you want to be in life. Like, bullshit. But me, what really kind of gave me this perspective is, me personally, I just got out of jail recently in January. It's July right now. So, and I just did 18 months. I just sat out for 18 months. So now I'm being outside, after not being outside and seeing the world for so long, it put me into a realization of like, there's infinite possibility that anything could happen. After being in a box, and closed off for so long and finally being released, that kind of put me into a new perspective that I need to do whatever I want to do, that I have to do whatever I want to do. Otherwise, you will be closed off. You won't experience anything new. You won't be happy. So always put yourself out there. Always be open to experiencing something new. And don't never be scared to fail. Don't never be scared to get hurt. Don't never be scared to bump your head. You get what I'm saying? Because it happens. You just have to learn and get through that. Because from my experience with bumping my head and getting hurt countless amount of times, being backstabbed, having to go through, a lot of bullshit, it taught me to become resilient. Like, now I just go through shit. I deal with some hard shit. Sometimes I may, tear up a little bit occasionally, sometimes on certain situations, but sometimes I sit back, I just laugh at this shit, and I recognize that this shit don't last. I recognize that hard times like don't last, and at some point, this shit gonna be good. That's why I'm able to sit back and laugh at certain situations and laugh and like, let shit go versus holding on to it and letting it weigh me down, allowing that shit to close me off or put me in a box to the point where I don't want to do anything no more, to the point where I don't want to operate anymore. I could never, allow anything to stop me from doing what I do on a day-to-day basis. I could never, because then at that point you're not living. You're not living for yourself, at least. You're living for other people. You get what I'm saying? So, but the point of this video is to just, like I said, don't ever subject yourself to an experience. Just because you're dealing with something today, or you've been dealing with something for like the past couple years, don't mean shit is always gonna be that way. Just allow shit to get better. You get what I'm saying? But if you're watching this video, I appreciate it. I hope you felt what I'm saying. I hope you understood what I just said. You know what I mean? And shit, like, subscribe, do whatever.